We're streaming on YouTube on Hurrdat Media's account. This is my first live that I'm doing on the solo. So everyone bear with me. It is Memorial Weekend. We're going to be getting into a lot of different stuff. I'm going to talk a bit about cooking as well, since it is, what is it? They say like kind of the beginning of the summer or whatever. It's like the unofficial kickoff to the summer. But as with always on my show, I always get something off my chest. And this was something that like happened. I've just been seeing it more and more. And, I always kind of look for things when I'm doing my podcast, like, what bothers me? What kind of pisses me off? Like during the day, or I see something kind of bugs me. So here it is. Bagging groceries at the grocery store. As you know, I'm a chef. I go to the grocery store once or twice a day, like sometimes 3 times a day. Other days if I'm lazy, I get them delivered to my door. Why not? But I generally like to go because I like to pick produce and meats and fish and all that kind of stuff. So I'm always there. But the first thing I always do when I'm at the grocery store is I grab the bags, I double bag, and I just start bagging my groceries. It's an automatic thing. But I always look around. I'm just wondering, just people are on their phones. They're not paying attention. It's like they're just kind of waiting for shit to be like put in the bag. Even like if the cashier's like, you know, um, like checking out, like they're scanning the products, and they're just all like laying there, and you're just kind of waiting there. People are just waiting there on their phone. They're busy. I think it's the rudest thing ever to be on your phone when you're at the cashier. Like just take like the 2 minutes it takes to put stuff in your bag, and like, just help them out. I just think it just bugs me, and I think it's just like laziness. And who wants to be hanging around the grocery store? Like, get in, get out. Like that's what I say. So that's my rant. So I just want to kind of talk about that. Memorial Day is coming up. I want to talk about the barbecue. Just 5 things. 5 things that you're messing up on the barbecue. When you get your barbecue, make sure it's super clean, obviously, but you're flipping too much. Like, just put the tongs down, let the meat sear, let it go for 2 or 3 minutes each side, then flip it, because this way it'll actually like naturally unstick from the grill. And make sure you have to oil it as well. Preheat your grill, get it super hot. Don't put cold meat on a cold grill. It's just gonna like take all the juices. It's gonna steam the meat and just release all the flavors. Um, when you're saucing your meat, chicken, whatever, leave it to the last like few minutes like of the cooking, like the last like 4 or 5 minutes of cooking, because it's just going to char, it's going to burn, and it's just going to taste gross at the very end. And then after you're done, you want to rest your meat, whether it be chicken, beef, pork, whatever. You want to rest that for like 5 to 10 minutes. All the juices come back into the meat. It's a lot juicier. And don't forget the thermometer. You just want to make sure everything's cooked, but don't press down on things. Like when you're cooking, like don't keep pressing down like to make sure it's cooked and stuff. It just ends up being really dry. What if you're using a smoker? Somebody asked. Um, if you're using a smoker, I mean, follow the directions of this of the, like, it's usually the green egg is like the best smoker out there. I don't cook with smoking. Usually I'll get pellets and put it in on a gas grill to get the smoky flavor. But yeah, we love a barbecue tip. People are coming in. So log in, ask me questions, guys, while I'm on this live. All right, so that's just a few tips. I'll come back to cooking the perfect burger later on. But um when it comes to Memorial Day too, always offer like to bring something, bring a side if you're going to a barbecue on a Monday. It's on Monday, right? This year, yeah. Something like really good. Get something that you can make the night before, like an orzo pasta salad with like lemon and herbs, or possibly an elote style grilled corn salad. That's good too. It'll keep really well overnight in the fridge. So there's just 2 things. Don't bring flowers without a vase. If you're going to bring flowers, bring them in a vase. Okay. Taylor Swift, Blake Lively. I mean, this is just fucking ongoing. It's just ongoing. So now there's no subpoena. Like it's been all over the internet. Like whoever that page is. This is Stephanie, Steph. And so here's kind of where it kind of gets kind of juicy. So Brian Friedman reportedly submitted a statement to the judge, right, claiming Blake Lively's lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, reached out to one of Taylor's attorneys with a demand that Taylor publicly support Blake. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how dumb could you be? And Blake knew this. Like, why don't we threaten her? Then she'll release a statement because that's fucking works all the time. And imagine like threatening Taylor Swift and you're going to like release all her text messages over the last 10 years or however that could be damaging to her. Like, yeah, great friendship. So that's like that's just crazy. So apparently somebody called Brian Friedman's office with this information that that it was being threatened. Now they're saying like Candace Owens is saying that it was Taylor Swift's dad that was like, we're getting at this on our camp. This is fucking out of control. Like, I think it just got to the point where Taylor was like, we're fucking done. Like, I was going to play nice, go through everything. Maybe some text messages would get like released, but just ones like, that pertains to the movie. But now she's just stepped over. So I think, well, I don't think, I feel like it's exactly what happened to Taylor Swift. Her team just threw her underneath the bus, Blake underneath the bus. They gave Brian Friedman exactly what he wanted. What information do you need? I will fucking tell you. We don't need to go through the courts. You don't need to release all my text messages. We don't need this. Like, what exactly do you need? And I feel like they gave it to him. They gave him exactly what he wanted, and the subpoena got taken away. Now, it's kind of funny what they're gives the tea was because so KM said, give us the tea. Is Scott Swift actually involved? I heard if subpoena was taken away, that means more than likely, they got the information. Yeah. Like if you don't, like what I believe, I'm no attorney, but like you ask for a subpoena when you want information. Like that could be relevant to the case. Like, so like, what is that? Like, was Blake like texting Taylor being like, oh my God, like Justin's touching me and he's like, and he's doing this and he's doing that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But whatever Taylor gave Brian Friedman, like it's done. Taylor's out. Just, and it really is going to make, like, as we know, there might be like a new album coming out now with Taylor Swift. It could be a Reputation Taylor's version. I don't know. I don't think it's going to come out. I think it's going to be a brand new album. It's not going to be a re-record yet. But if Reputation Taylor's version did come out, it brings out a whole new meaning to all this. There is one song. What is that? I did something bad. The opening line is something like, "I never trust a narcissist, but they love me." It all just kind of sinks together. It's like a beautiful disaster. In a way, it's messy, manipulative, and very, very Hollywood. So this story just changes every day, and I'm getting more and more into it. I mean, Zach Peter just gives me updates all the time, and it's funny. Another ridiculous topic. I saw they're all going crazy over topless Travis Kelce as a hairy back. I mean, I had a hairy back once upon a time. I don't anymore. I don't really like body hair, like in weird areas. But he's playing it off like the Falcons or something were kind of like trolling him about it. And I'm surprised though. I thought he looks like a very like clean shaven guy. And like he loves his outfits. He loves his fashion. He looks very he's a big Yeti. He looks very he just looks very like trimmed and put together. You see him walking into the games with like those like amazing outfits that he has on there, like thousands of dollars. Sometimes they're too much, but I wouldn't have thought that he would like be all hairy like that. What do you guys think? I don't know. Like, I don't see Taylor wanting to deal with back hair. Yeah, I don't see that either. I feel like he'd just be super clean. Maybe it was just off season. Maybe he's not like keeping up with the trimming or whatnot and just, letting it go. And he's just enjoying himself, his time off before he goes back to the season again. But yeah, I don't know. Now there's a new theory as well. As we know, I mean, just this Taylor Swift, she's just giving me so much stuff these days. So, Handmaid's Tale. Her song, "Look What You Made Me Do," featured on the latest episode of Handmaid's Tale, or the trailer for the upcoming episode. And now they're saying there's like a video. There's videos comparing this online. that, like right here, you see it on YouTube. So there's this guy that gets out of the bus in the trailer, right? And he walks, people are saying he walks very similar to Taylor Swift, like she did in the Eras Tour video. So if you watch the Eras Tour video, and I think it's like Ready for It, the song is, and the camera's behind her, and she's walking down the runway to perform the song. In The Handmaid's Tale, this guy gets off the bus. It's like a dark silhouette, and he walks, and they're saying this could be her. Like, this is another Easter egg. I think it's a bit of a fucking stretch. But then Taylor Swift in the Man video, she dresses up as a man for the whole video, and she's able to walk with kind of like a swagger, like a dude, kind of like that's in this video, or that's in The Handmaid's Tale. So I don't know. I think it's a fun theory. I think the Swifties go a bit crazy because they're looking for any Easter egg, hoping that the Reputation Taylor's version is going to come out on Monday. The 26th of May is a big date on Monday night. She's going to announce something. Something's going to be announced. Whether I think it's going to be an Eras Tour documentary, I don't think it's going to be a new album. I'd love if it was, but because I need something for the summer. But I don't fucking know. I don't think so. Anyway, let me see. Here's anything in the comments. Harry back, no bueno. Team Justin. Yeah, everybody's like Team Justin because there's just anything that Blake has brought to this table has just been like just shot down because and he's staying silent. Like, I think if she had kept her mouth shut for all, like, instead of going on all these shows, all these interviews, going out in public and just kept quiet, it's almost like the more she talks, it's like more people dislike her. She's just doing herself a disservice. Like, and now she's kind of unbearable. Although I did kind of like her in The Simple Favor, like the second movie. Towards the end, I was like, oh, I kind of feel for her. Like, why is it's just a pity that all this has happened and she started all this kind of shit. So I know it's crazy. Britney Spears was caught smoking on a private jet. It was a private jet, right? An airplane, and then the police were she was drinking, lighting up on the flight. Authorities were called and they met her on the ground. And I guess they just gave her a slap on the wrist. I just wish all this shit wasn't happening to her. I just wish we could just go back to all the amazing music that she had out. Like, I was obsessed with her when she came out. Like, we're the same age. She was born 1981, December. I'm September. And like, so I followed her from the very beginning, like living in Ireland, even before I moved to America. And it's just like, it just fucking drives me crazy, like why all this has happened. And like, she's gone a bit nuts and I don't know what's it from. But yeah, who knows? Maybe like some days I kind of hold out a tiny bit of hope that she'll all come back around. I don't know. Next story, Erika and Jesse Solomon. So this firstly dropped, and now page 6 is the page 6. Yeah, I think it's page 6 there. Page 6 are confirming it, but like Dumois, which is like such a fucking unreliable source. I mean, they just like lie all the time. But Dumois first came out saying like there was like a blind item that they did hook up. I don't know about this. Like, and I don't know if I believe it either. I feel like I need to hear Erika Jayne come out and say like, yeah, we did. We had fun. We had a night out afterwards. But I don't know. I don't think he's that hot. I don't know. People love him. Was he from Summer House or something like that? I don't watch Summer House, so I have no idea. But yeah, I love the sleuthing. I feel like Blake ruined the rep drop. Yeah, they were saying that because in the song Gorgeous on Reputation, they're saying that allegedly it could have been Blake Lively's, one of her kids, that was like her voice at the beginning of the remake of Reputation. So I feel like that could have happened in February, that she was going to drop her Reputation, and now it was postponed back because she probably wants to change the voice out of it. I don't know. Maybe add a new song in there that she's pissed off with Blake. I don't know. Who knows? All right. What else? I mean, Erika and Jesse Solomon. I just don't like the match. I just don't like it. Was Erika in New York City, or was she at Kyle Richards' party? I guess it was after the taping of Watch What Happens Live is when they hooked up. They went out afterwards. I don't know. A lot of things happen after Watch What Happens Live. It's a fun show to be on. I've been on it a few times. And you kind of go out afterwards. It's like, yeah, it's like those days. Um, okay, The Valley. Jesus. This show, I actually was thinking about it this morning, and people are obsessed with it. And it really goes back to reality TV, where do you remember in the Housewives of Beverly Hills at the very beginning? It was just very just raw, and people were just like living their lives. They didn't really know what the cameras were about, and like the setup, and like let's have this drama this season, and like let's create this storyline and this. It just was kind of real, and it flowed, and it was like the best television we've ever watched, right? The same with Vanderpump Rules. All these people were just living their lives. They were working at the restaurant. They were trying to become actors. They were trying to become singers, and you just kind of saw like a real, like you saw kind of a real kind of aspect of what it was like to live in Hollywood and try and like make it in the business, right? And it was really fun to watch. And they were just young and kind of silly, and they had money, and drinking, sleeping with each other and stuff. I feel like the Valley has that vibe. Like they're all real people. They're all, and even like Dodie's been on it, and Jax has been on the original Vanderpump, but they still keep the realness of reality TV on this show. And it's funny because like reality TV has been around now for so long, and they're just really revealing themselves like so much on this show. And it's actually it's like I didn't watch the first season. I just tuned into the second season because everybody was like, "You got to watch it. You got to watch it." And I'm like, okay. Um, but I will say it's very hard for me to find anybody I like on this show. Like I think Dodie is the one I like the best. I love she's just like barges in. She's like, "Hey guys," and it's just like it's just really funny. She's just like comical to me. Like just I really like her. Um, Janet, on the other hand, like I just think this whole thing with Nia and her husband drinking, and just like he took a shot of tequila in the back room or whatever, and like, because everybody else was drinking before him, and he was like, I just want to catch up. I've been there. I've done that where I've like gone out late or something like that. Everybody's kind of like tipsy or drunk. I'm like, give me a shot right now. I need to catch up. Like it happens. I don't think he's a drinking problem. I think just Janet's just like fixated on Nia for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like a jealousy thing. But like, cause wasn't there a thing where they were saying like Janet's like husband goes out like without wearing his wedding ring, and like she doesn't have a perfect life? And I think she's like mad that Nia just tries to portray this perfect life, even though it may not be perfect. And I feel like when she was telling the story of growing up, Janet is so much of a shit starter. I can't stand her. She is. She is. I like and it took me a while watching this show to kind of like really like have an opinion on any of these people. But Janet was just the way she talked about it. Like it's almost like she's taking away from the reality. Like she's trying to start a story that's just not getting any traction. And it's just to call someone like they may have an addiction or an alcohol problem, like on a show when you literally have no fucking idea, like if there's any truth in that. But to throw it out there, like, and this guy has a job. Like, his employers might see this show now and be like, second thoughts. Like, do you have a problem? Like, are you coming in here drunk every day? Like, it can be really, really damaging. And I just think you got to be super, super fucking careful with that stuff before you start throwing it around on a reality show um, on Bravo. Um, then Jana kind of thought, didn't they all like talk shit about Nia afterwards? And after she's told the whole story about growing up poor and living in her car and all this kind of stuff. And she was saying like, oh, she only told that story so we wouldn't talk about the drinking or anything like that, which was like, no, the whole reason why she told that story was that kind of is probably the reason why she wants to keep this like perception that she has like a perfect life and a perfect family and all this kind of stuff. And it's probably just it's like a trigger for her. Anyway, I hope Sheena will be back on it a lot sooner. I like Sheena. I like seeing her on it. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's crazy. Okay. This is my first live that I'm doing on this. So like I think, we're just like flying through it. But I wanted to Jenna's always wanted to be the main character on a reality show. How she befriended Sheena is sus. Oh, I don't know about that one. I have no idea. But I mean, look, All these things always come out. They really do. Okay. This is an important one. How to clean your grill. Memorial Day is coming up. You want to be cleaning it today or tomorrow if you're going to be cooking out on Monday. Number one, crank the grill, high heat, 10 or 15 minutes to burn off any residue. This is really, really important with the grill brush. Don't buy one of those grill brushes with all the bristles because they can pop off. They can end up in your food. You want to get a coil, like the rounded ones. That's kind of like round and it's like a metal coil. They're way better at cleaning the grill. You want to oil it down. So like heat it up, clean it, turn it off. And then get a pair of tongs, or you don't have to turn off. Just get a pair of tongs, get a paper towel, dip it in the oil, and just like rub it. It's just going to help with cooking. It just is, right? Deep clean it once a month. However you do that, just take them off soapy water once a month. And if you don't have any oil, or you can get a half an onion as well. Cut a half an onion, put a fork in it, and just rub it up and down. And that acts as a natural degreaser as well. So now if you have a burger, 80%, 20 fat, 20% fat, 80% meat. Don't overwork the meat. So you just want to kind of gently make patties, season it with just salt and pepper. That's all you got to do. You want to season it just before you put it on the grill, not beforehand, because it's just going to get dry. Small dimple in the middle, place it on the hot grill, leave it. Just leave it for like 3 or 4 minutes at least, and then flip it 3 or 4 minutes, take it off, let it rest for 5 or 10 minutes. And do not press down. You only want to flip it once. Use the lid. If it's a very thick burger, put down the lid for about 1 or 2 minutes to cook the center of it. And you want to add the cheese like the last 1 or 2 minutes and just toast the buns. And that's it. Like it's pretty simple. But yeah, if you guys want any help with any food, just DM me on Instagram. I'm at Chef Stuart O'Keeffe, and I'll be on there all weekend. I'm going to be cooking a good bit this weekend, but yeah, that's all I got for today on a Friday. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you for coming on Don't Let It Stu live on YouTube with Hurrdat Media. And any questions, send me a DM. Any topics that you think I should bring up. I tried to incorporate a bit of food on today. I just thought it was so like I had to. Like I'm a chef. Like I have to talk about Memorial weekend. I'll try and do 1 or 2 recipes on my Instagram this weekend as well. But thank you so much, and I'll see you all back here next week. Bye.